All right, blessed good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends. Blessed good afternoon, blessed good afternoon. Once again, this is the day that the Lord has made. We must continue to rejoice and let each and every one of us be glad in it. Brothers and sisters, family and friends, again, my name is Felix, and you find yourself here at 648 Television. Now, before I go forward, I must say it. Normally, I just apologize for being absent and so forth, right? But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I think everybody, let me change this thing. I think everybody have the relevant information on what is going on. And who don't know, let me just repeat it to you guys before we go forward. Right? Is social media we do. Social media we do. Right? And while our responsibility is social media, brothers and sisters, each and every one of us have a role and a responsibility to play our part. Now, again, we have others who supported hard, heavy, and all of that and fell off along the way. We had 648 Television, we did the responsible thing. Blessed good afternoon. Nikki, blessed you, sis. Matilda, blessed good afternoon. Along the way, we continue to support our governing authority. We continue to endorse our Honorable Prime Minister. We totally endorse the coalition of interest and we totally endorse the TPP. But brothers and sisters, we see where the help, where the strength, where the support is needed. Because again, we have people out there continuing to peddle garbage. I don't know if the organization is aware. I don't know if it is the supporter are aware. Some people under the impression that the former administration is dead. I want to encourage you something. Please get that thought out of our head, please. Because anybody who have any factual understanding of how politics does go, anybody would know that the former administration, they are very dangerous when they are in opposition. And it seems to me like we as citizens, we taking exactly what took place, what was done to us, we taking it lightly. So it's like we opening up the door for others. I mean, I have an example to set when it comes to local government election in Trinidad and Tobago, but the direction that we're going right now, it looks like we find ourselves in some drastic problems. Now, mind me, ladies and gentlemen, when we started here, we already know exactly what is going on, right? Our governing authority inherited a whole set of problems. And we keeping in mind, remember that over 144 billion US dollars was borrowed on the backs of citizens. Now we keeping it really, former administration is the administration that have the responsibility, I will tell you the legacy, for borrowing the most amount of money that any government in this country had ever borrowed. Hence the reason why we the people, we must never forget that. Now borrowing $144 billion is one of them. Borrowing $144 billion and cannot explain where that money went is a totally different thing. Now we have a baker's dozen right now in Parliament sitting and playing games, and despite what each and every one of them that sit there, I don't business if this is Hans Devine first time, the gentleman who replaced Adrian Leonsi, that gentleman without business, Dominic, and who is the first run, you are a part of foolishness, so we have no respect for you. A lot of you all use all the THs and all the talk as a high fluent conversation, but when the facts and the nitty-gritty boil down, the worst government that ever passed through the history of Trinidad and Tobago is the former administration. You could talk, you could jump by, you could jump low, you could do what it is you want. Right, so we had that covered. The heights is that at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, while the government get its acts together, while they set the president, they organize the oil field, because we have a lot of different things we're dealing with. Set the structure for the oil field. Then we are dealing with agriculture. And then we have people who lost a set of land due to false document. Then HDC and all is a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, the education sector, every single thing is a problem. We up and about and we talking, we having all the conversation. All blessed good afternoon, Anthony. Blessed good afternoon. Who is this? Praise. What's up? Blessed good afternoon. Oh gosh. I want to call you back after the program, big brother. Yeah. Right? We have a whole lot of discussion going on, but there are support that is drastically needed. Now, I have been told, brothers and sisters, since right after the election, I didn't just go around this this whole thing and get the opportunity. I mean, Errol Fabian pulled me in and he showed me the structure, what is needed. Iowa George personally showed me what is needed. And different people along the way pull me in and show me exactly what is needed. Just like what it is we doing here. What it is we doing here, all right, we actually connected to Amplier. Now, Amplier have the responsibility to release the relevant frequency. Now, brothers and sisters, at the end of the day, you know, it's man who controlling these things. So sometimes we might run smooth because look how easy we didn't start at 1 o'clock today and up to now we ain't got a glitch. So this is just me explaining to you. I ain't saying Amplier playing games. I am saying that Amplier cannot be responsible for everybody who working for them. So ever so often the thing will get distorted. So my knowledge I brought to the brothers and sisters, the only how we can get this thing running and support our government smoothly, we at least have to have 2 separate internet providers. People talk, I sit back and I explain to people we have to at least get 2 phones. We still have 1 phone. I'm thanking Freeport. Freeport, big up yourself for making sure and providing a nice spinning chair where I could spin. So it's safe to say that we're utilizing what is being distributed. Now, mind me, ladies and gentlemen, when I look left and I look right, and I listen to the planning because I'm speaking with my government, and I understand things will get better as we move along. Now, while they prepare for work for the man who, the average Joe, who was actually connected to CPEP, who was connected to URP, Forest Reserve, while they deal with the average Joe, brothers and sisters have to keep in mind too. When Petrotron was closed, I myself was drastically affected. Now, let me be real and reasonable, ladies and gentlemen. We sit down and we have a long, loud conversation concerning CPEP and URP, which we understand people is not working. But brothers and sisters, we hold on to the facts. It's not that the government won election and it had no corruption. Not me say, Faris Alwari name is out and about, loud and bold in the public domain for trying to pass over $1 billion, over $1 million when it comes to CPEP contracts. Where he get authorization, nobody knows. But again, ladies and gentlemen, anybody could tell you when you look at the format or what it is the former administration use, how it hang and swing with them. We say we're doing this and this is what it is we're doing. We don't consult with the public. We don't consult with the opposition, and we damn sure don't consult with even their own members. Now, while 648 television, we saw the shortcoming, reached out to Andy, so we have Andy will be back because you know we better Andy out and about in St. Vincent. St. Vincent, bless good afternoon to you because St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because we know today is your election, so we pray all are safe and a blessed election day, no accidents, no incidents, no near misses. Moving forward. Somebody sent out information for me telling me that the Prime Minister of St. Vincent, well, I don't know if by this afternoon we will be able to say the former Prime Minister of St. Vincent, Mr. Ralph Gonzalez, gentleman who family owned 3 houses in Trinidad and Tobago, and despite how rich or how poor you are, once you are a Trinbagonian citizen and your father is not a Prime Minister in CARICOM, is a problem for you to get a house. But either way, while we look and we deal with this, we have a responsibility to stay focused. Now, brothers and sisters, I'm saying this to say this. It's either we're doing this together or we're not doing this together. Because our tuning was for heavy program while we're doing the background work for heavy program. And I'm watching some of the comments that was there in the beginning, and I was like, but what the hell? And well, they could link me and tell me something. And I was like, well, what the hell? Because at the end of the day, we have been asking for the relevant financial support. And I'm watching the names, and I was like, you ain't even send $1. You ain't even send $1 to help the program, but you out and about quarreling in the public domain that we should do this and we should do that. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. The technology, we have it. In order for the technology to function efficiently, it takes money to do that. It takes money to do that. And that is as real as it gets. All of us say we're supporting the government, but it looked like Felix and his family and whoever it is, we will put out the financial aspect of it and we could just verbally say we supporting the governing authority. Well, I don't believe that is support. I don't call that support. I call that hanging around in case something go good or something go bad. If it go bad, you didn't pour out nothing, so you are nothing to lose. If it go good, you're in the front line already. And to me, it's not making any sense. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, I just come to have this conversation for you. Because if it is we supporting, we say we totally support the platform and we like the content because we standing with our Honorable Prime Minister. Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa here in Point Fortin. I continue to stand with my member of parliament, Minister Ernesto Raymond Pisa. So whether the program is done or not, I will be supporting my member of parliament. I am not playing with that. I am telling brothers and sisters there are too many shortcomings in Trinidad and Tobago. The former administration was given an opportunity and they drastically disrespected our elders, they disrespected our children, and they disrespected us. They drastically eliminated the middle class. So that means the average Joe cannot afford to even help their own family in this country. This is the structure that we are building back. And if those of us who fought, now, I say this to say this. I personally cannot, will not, I can't afford to continue maintaining this bill here. I cannot afford to do that, right? How I do this thing, how I just make money to take care of my family, ladies and gentlemen, I actually goes out to work. I was trying to avoid working for a particular rate because when I lobbied for blasting and painting, I lobbied for $1,000 a day. For your 10 or your 12 hours, $1,000, which is easy mathematics. The former administration won election. Now that $1,000 a day was justifiable under Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the partnership government the last time around. Because around that time, they gave us the $1,000. Because everybody understands the quality, they understand the value, and they understand the dangers of blasting and painting. And now our same Prime Minister, we got our $1,000. And when the former administration came into office, they dropped blasting and painting. I know men who blasting and painting for $250, some blasting and painting for $300. One of the highest risk jobs in the country, they brought it right down. And the conversation was, if you don't do it, somebody else will do it. If you don't do it, somebody else will do it. And I was like, well, okay, send somebody else, because if there's one thing I am fully aware of, you see those jobs that pay those type of money, safety is very reckless. So I am not taking my life and put it in nobody else's hand who not willing to buy the relevant equipment to get their job done. So I try my best to keep out of that way. But based on where we are going, ladies and gentlemen, it seems I look like I got to go back out to work. I got to lobby for what it is I could get and head back out to work, because I cannot continue dipping in my pocket. We have been doing this for the longest. I went down by my member of parliament for support. I watching a man taking his whole check, and handling everybody because he inherited decades of neglect, which is no fault of nobody. But what it is I am saying, if something of value is coming out of Point Fortin and nobody else in Trinidad and Tobago see it fit, other than my brother, who does make sure and send 100 PT day, thank you very much, big brother. Other than my partner, big businessman, he does make sure every month and stop in and say, all right, hold this. But brothers and sisters, when it comes to the app, when it comes to internet, when it comes to the phone line and what is exactly needed, no, we're nowhere close. So if it is we continue to have this conversation with KFC calling me, and KFC personally, the last time you called me, I personally find it was very disrespectful. Because you calling me to tell me what PNM people telling you. But you ain't send no money to help the platform. You ain't send no money. We just allow, we take the call, we deal with all the issues. But no, you didn't send any money to take the platform. So you explaining to me what's going on in PNM camp. It is rather concerning to me. Because as far as April 28th, I don't think we're dealing with that camp. As far as I know, we have no business with that camp. So nobody needs to explain or update anybody with the level of garbage that is being distributed. From that camp, they poorly represented the people. And ladies and gentlemen, I reached to the point. Now mind me, this conversation I'm having here, I am dead serious with this. I am dead serious with this. This afternoon, I ain't really come to do no program. We missed a couple of days. Some of the time, TC one day, heavy at thing. This afternoon, I will hold back my structure here so that TC and Heavy get the opportunity to utilize this studio. Because you see this whole green screen here, all these things here, that comes at a cost. This is not a free thing. Keeping the phone line open comes at a cost. Keeping the lights on, that comes at a cost. And all this conversation about we love and like we government. Ladies and gentlemen, if 648 television is effective enough, well, then I sit back and I wait for a phone call from you. I'm asking you, take the numbers 3240844, 347-6710, 1, 2. I just stepped in this afternoon to say that because I say if I come up 12 o'clock like I was trying to do yesterday, problem. And I fed up play the games because I can't be shifting and dancing with the data and shifting and dancing with the internet. And you don't know how to deal with the problem. One provider wouldn't work. You need more than one provider. Right? One phone line wouldn't work. We need more than one phone line. If it is we cannot get that, I am letting you know my options. After today, I will try my best so that the children and them keep. After today, I will have no choice but to head back out. Freeport, bless good afternoon. Anthony, bless good afternoon. Every one of you that is up, bless good afternoon. But after today, I will have no choice but to minus myself from money books because we fit in the bill and we continue to hear everybody talk about, yeah, good program that they helping pay the bill. Yeah, man. And like what you're talking, that's still a helping pay the bill. If it is we supporting the government and you like the product we're coming up, you know the government will get to us. You know the government will get to us. Well, then no problem. So then we go sit back and we go take it in. But ladies and gentlemen, I just say, let me come in. I just say, let me come in. Thank you very much. Rose, again, the number is 3240844. I just say, let me come in and explain that to the brothers and sisters. And just to show you, you see how it is, I didn't start on time. You notice how the internet running. Because it show off the algorithm. That is how this thing does go. But I cannot afford to be online 12 o'clock and have to tell you to only hold on there. Let me see if we can come back up past 12. And when it glitching, tell you hold on there. Let me see if we can, that maths is not making sense. At the end of the day, when we come in, we're supposed to be moving fluent because there's information to spread. We have conversation that we have to have. And come on, we continue to endorse our government. Again, I continue to send love to my UNC family. I send love to my coalition team. Tobago, I see you out and about. The elections is up in the air. So again, platform is still here. We still here. And I really see the point, ladies and gentlemen, me ain't begging, no, I'm not doing that. Is that how we doing this together? Or I myself have to mind my business. And that is as real as it gets. I can't beg you for we to support the right thing. The government is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Right? If it is, we say, well, right, we take a restraint, brothers and sisters, we know what was going to, at least we have water in the pipe. Teachers heading out now, the situation a little more comfortable. So within, I think, coming out to the Miss Kamala and them, closing off the 5 years, our conversation supposed to reach to that when we build in schools going forward, the schools and them have to be budgeted full air condition. That is the level of conversation we actually supposed to be having. All them leaking lines in the road, we have to go and make money to help our government because we want to change out all them things. And while we're discussing all of that, we are the elderly brothers and sisters who need an increase in their pension. We are the differently able and the disabled team who need an increase in their monthly allocation. While we sit down and we discuss it, we're still trying to figure out what direction the PSA, the CPO, what direction is really going on. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that our public servants still waiting, let me be real and reasonable. Our government have to find the resources. Government cannot allocate resources if they don't have a factual allocation figure. So the heights remain that they have to have the conversation. So we watch how the whole thing pull back. So the sister Felicia Thomas, sister, we continue to support you, we continue to endorse you. Right? When you're ready, you reach out, we will have conversation in front of the people. Again, me running down nobody, there are no conversation to support them. If it is you comfortable going by CNC3, you're comfortable going by TV6, no problem with that. But at the end of the day, I see where your struggle is, people see where your struggle is, and all of us have family who actually make up that public sector. And they have been waiting on their resources. Granny, bless, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Oh God, I really like to hear your voice at the field. Granny, could help you. What's going on your telephone? No, you're okay.
Don't worry, Granny, we will have to hit the road. We have to hit the road this weekend here, so we just might be able to reach out by you.
Because I don't know how you're okay. Right? And I want people to know all who has called in on the radio station and all who has been talking, you want to this, you want to that. They have money, they want to buy, they don't have money, they say. They wanted to buy this something for the children.
Yeah.
Mr. Felix, they get money to buy books and everything for the children.
Yeah.
But they want to say what's not. Calling the radio station. God wants people to push care. God wants people to live.
Yeah.
Look in the Korean up in dish.
Yes.
People working for $200 all now.
Yeah.
Learning for fun. If you can on one factory, one second. You have to pay so much. Why is it that this man who has put if you really ask him about himself,
Yeah.
if you have to minister of social development, the quarantine is all over the parliament,
Yeah.
the amount of background she had
Yes.
from the CFM,
Yes.
which was the favorite people to try to help them.
Yes.
You anything that you can do something. I put down 3 hours to buy for people.
Yes.
I will get $200 for the
Yeah.
your friends, what was your friends back to work there? Your friends selling the get share,
Yes.
right? Because they still get something for the month. And we earn so much money. So people have sex by the radio, they can go up.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yes.
Who is that UNC activist like me?
Now you real. Come on, Granny, you real. Yeah.
In station, and I had to find this money to put it and get the church of everything. When it finished, why? Because I care about the country.
Yes. Yes.
I think when yesterday, I called the radio station, I want to tell her what that.
Yeah.
The thing is, we didn't want to get out all of them from the CNN.
Yes.
So we get out all of them. We only get out the wicked one. You know?
Yes.
That's why he wants to look.
Yes.
I get the activist. I'm walking with a stick. I put on Alexander Jeffrey. But still, we can't look something.
True.
So for that man, we're calling and saying, the one place and the social minister, one very big, the people, the children for 200 support,
Yeah.
let's transform the land.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Felix. If you know that you can have, we don't want to eat that.
No.
If you I perform that and go to high school. None never take a juice for us, no accusation. All of them are taken from me.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Have to eat and drink the
Yes.
and see what the education.
Yes,
They
Johnny.
want like that. One of their books, one of their things to turn on the school.
For real.
But Johnny will look everything to help you.
Yes.
Because I like your program.
Yes, Johnny. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
I enjoy the program, but I don't know how to get to you. I live in so far. But Sister, I
Yes.
will call me.
What do?
I'm going to come.
Yes.
I'm going to see what you can do.
Thank you much, Johnny.
You're not hear it.
Sit
I
up.
hear it. I want to be here.
Right.
But we have to do something good to get me off the UNC.
Yes, Johnny. Yes. Yes.
Mr. Felix, keep there.
Thank you much, Johnny.
And Johnny like you.
Love you too.
And
Love
Johnny
you.
like you. That's all of them. That's all. how we make progress.
Yes. Yes, Granny. Thank you much. Ladies and gentlemen, I must thank Granny, and I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. See, I see you in the building 007. I see you. Miss Pat, how you doing? How you doing this blessed Thursday? Who we have up here again? Anthony, I see you in the building. We are the Augie. Bless good day. Sita, bless good afternoon. The next Anthony, big up yourself. Wendy, big up yourself. Zil, big up yourself. Who is that? Jakul, big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Well, bless good afternoon, eh? Bless good day, bless good day. Report, how you doing? How you doing?
Good day, good day.
Good day,
Blessings
man.
to you and your family
Bless
and everybody on the chat.
Yes, man.
I'm not of the best, but I'm coming along.
Amen to that.
Right? I can't get you off the air, boy.
Oh gosh. Report, you wouldn't leave and tell you I was calling you and forget to call you. I will call you one time because I'm coming up now anyway. Right?
And you know what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with this PNM people, man? Something really wrong with them, you know.
Report, it hurting me. I can't get to talk now. It hurting me. Because when you listen to the kind of garbage these people talking, you're taking Kids Scotland yesterday. Kids Scotland literally asking citizens to volunteer to continue getting robbed so that his friends and his family them could continue breaking in people play. I listened to Kids Scotland justification and I just have to say shame, you know. Shame on that gentleman, boy. Jesus Christ.
More than shame, boy. More than shame. Apart from the politicians, so many supporters too, boy. They don't want betterment for this country, boy. Yeah. If how I just think, let me say it is PNM, and they bring something to better the country, I would support it.
Come on. Come on.
Right?
Miss Kamala will go support it. If you're coming with something good enough.
Good enough.
Yeah.
You know, them support everyone and the PNM politicians in thief and robbing this country and the taxpayers. And now to support a bill to protect you in your home, they're saying no.
Yeah.
They're telling you, they're telling you that you could be paralleling. People come to parallel and rob you.
Come to parallel and rob me. That's the excuse. That's the excuse. That is the excuse.
And you know what happened with them, boy?
And then we're doing paranging by me and me. Report the way whole thing going. We're doing paranging by me right now and me invited by me in the first place. You didn't see the level of crime in the country now navigate through. Them crazy, yes?
Simple. Nobody's supposed to be going by nobody after hours.
Report, you know what hurt me with Kids Scotland contribution? When you take in the content, it's not just like it was just home invasion and them fellas leaving the homeowner alive. You know? These fellas literally slaughtering the homeowners, sexually assaulting the wife before they slaughter, disrespecting the children, especially. So I, Urban Felix, who have girl children in my house, I will stand up and volunteer to support the former administration with their garbage conversation because 2 or 3 are the cousins who practicing the activities. Because based on what it is, Gatsby Dolly say, Gatsby Dolly talk about how it is the children growing up. Now it's been some years, so these children today is adults. Right?
And you know, I was listening to you talking just now about your profession. I want to tell the people who don't know about sandblasting. You could be sandblasting and make a mistake and cut up your own selfies.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is how dangerous sandblasting is, because if sandblasting could cut
Iron.
the rust and the iron,
Thank you.
then get it back clean.
Thank you.
What kind of material Sanderson cannot cut?
Thank you. Thank you.
So, you know, people hearing and don't know, and they don't know what to think, right? I don't know.
Now we go get you.
And you know what I love what I like most to see your MP
Yeah.
for 10 years. Rowley and the PNM couldn't get the pumping jack and then going.
Oh, God.
And your MP get them going. And this is one of the things I wanted to talk to you. Remember a couple of them I asked you to make an appointment for to meet you and your MP?
Yeah. Yeah.
He in the fuel industry. I wanted he to get a delegation, see how much oil we have on land, how much
Now he
oil
got
we have in the sea.
report. That thing there, if I gotta get through it, you know, them is things he doesn't answer off top. He had them thing off top.
Right?
Yeah.
And do a survey instead of going and jogging behind Monroe for gas and oil. We have a lot of oil well, a lot of Trinidadians don't know that. You know. A lot of oil well and gas well on Trinidad land and water.
Report this.
All we have to do, you might know that, just drill them deeper and start to drill again.
Thank you. And listen to our conversation, right? The former administration being led by Rowley, them was marketing to people in Trinidad and Tobago that we running out of oil and gas in Trinidad and Tobago. And when you ask the basic question, because the average former administration supporter, them believe that, and when you ask the basic question, who did the survey? When was the survey done? Where's the data for the survey? We had a set of people running this government. We gave a government whose leadership knows nothing about oil and gas, an oil and gas nation to run. We started off. I don't think the citizens did evaluate that. We was just voting. They moved totally different to Ms. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar. Report, listen what I'm telling you. The Salado fields in Chima was supposed to revamp since early Patrick Manning time. This is factual data given it. Since early Patrick Manning time. And that $1 billion, he didn't have the belly to spend it. Ms. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar won election. She had the belly to spend it. Just like today, she's more man than the average prime minister in the Caribbean. She's more woman than Miss Motley and more man than the Jamaican prime minister and all of them. Ralph Gonzalez and all of them. Because when it's time to actually put she money where she mouth is, our prime minister utilized that. So Freeport, I hear you thank my member of parliament, which I continue to thank him too, but I will be irresponsible if I don't thank the Honorable Prime Minister, Ms. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, if we don't thank Mr. Munilal, oh gosh, and we don't thank the relevant executives. You go ahead, Freeport.
Yeah, well, we will be grateful if we don't thank our government.
Yes, on the whole,
the direction they go in.
Yes.
And the thing is, what happened, a lot of people might hear me talking, but they don't know, they don't have my experience. The last set of wells we put down is when you're going to Appeal Park, Claro.
Right.
You know where the shoes and then used to be hanging on the line and then?
Yes.
Inside there, we put down, I think it was about 4 well we did. We did one in there and around the area, we did the other 3. So I have an idea about them things.
Right.
It's just that Rowley and them didn't know or they don't know what to do to get oil.
Right.
All they know to do is to thief and rob people and suffer people like all.
Yeah, true. True.
All you have to do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
You get it? You get the appropriate rate and you start to jail.
Report, hold on. Let me tell you how serious. When the UNC lost election the last time in around, let me tell you what it is, the position that we put ourselves in. Remember I told you that was the period that when they was doing over the Salado Field, the Southwest project. This is where young fellas get to work for 1,000, 1,500, 1,700 a day based on the risk of the work. Ms. Kamala Prasad Disesa personally, listen to me up there yesterday, I was speaking to one of the supervisors from on that job. Ms. Kamala Prasad Disesa and the UNC personally let them know the rate will have to be paid. And watch me, it have a supervisor, Mr. Bull Matthew from Point 14. Him was very instrumental in making sure that contractors pay us our resources. And let me tell you something, Freeport. That whole refurbishment structure was already done. We're talking piping done, put on, landing closeness. The whole Southwest field was blasted and paid. Listen to me. Over $1 billion was spent to do that project. People, listen to what I'm telling you. Over $1 billion was done to do that project. Listen to me. The only thing we had was to get was a pumping station. While election was called, Ms. Kamala Prasad Disesa and her government was the partnership at the time, and they had already ordered the pumping station. The pumping station was already in transit. Listen what I'm telling you, Freeport. The former administration won election, shut down the whole pumping station structure, allow the whole Southwest Salado fields to rotten right back down to the ground. You know what we're sitting on right now? A time bomb. This is why when you see oil spill in Point 14, it can have one person from, where's the restructured name? Heritage. They have one person from Kenson, no Heritage, could explain to you, know why? Because they don't know the fields. They don't know how trimmer function. They don't know where the lines run. They don't know the valves to open and close. So watch. We voted out Ms. Kamala Prasad Disesa. And let me be real, because she's an Indian leader. There was no other explanation that people was falling out. Dr. Rowley and Imbert played games with the resources at Trinidad and Tobago. UNC fall out with argument. All our we throw we hand in the air and we say we ain't supporting that. Look at where that left us. We lost over 100 report. The kind of money when Ms. Kamala and them put out, especially in the Salado fields, Trinidad and Tobago had no reason to find ourselves hanging our hat on a dragon deal. We had no reason to do that. But these people came into office with their trickery. You know why I'm telling you that? They already saw, had the Southwest project came on stream, East Coast functioning, staying on stream, that would mean that we have no use for that dragon. The dragon would have come in, we might have made the accommodation with Atlantic LNG to do the processing for them. But our nation would have never been hell-bent and have to hope, just like how they campaign and say that Trinidad can't function without the dragon. But again, Ms. Kamala Prasad Disesa and the coalition of interest making the relevant investment. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, Freeport, I continue to tell people, only keep all their ears on the ground, because while we're talking oil and gas, remember there are untapped sectors in Trinidad and Tobago that could be enhanced. And this government is actually listening to the voices of the people. People, if we say we support him, we have to do this again. Report, you go ahead.
Yes. And if people listen to Mr. Kelvin Ramanai,
yes,
we did not have no use for dragon gas.
No.
The only mistake Kamala Prasad Disesa making now is not locking up some of them PNM people, boys.
No, they come
because
in. They come in.
I still want to know what Rowley and Stuart and all of them do with the pitch lake, because I'm not getting nothing. The last thing I know about the pitch lake that lease out to the Chinese for 3 years for $51 million. After that, I ain't hearing nothing.
Talking about that.
So we have to get.
Let me get up. Right, let me write down that information in the report. I'm going to investigate that too. You got it.
And that must be around 2015. So before PNM come into power, the lease was up.
Yeah.
What happened?
No, this is
right?
yeah.
So
Yes.
And we sitting on a lot of gas and oil. It's just is to we know how to get it.
Thank you.
Even water well in this country, the same thing.
Yes.
When they say water run out, you just have to go deeper and you will get more water.
Sorry.
As I tell you, up by me must we have more than 20 water well boys. And about 10 of them, maybe capped down or whatever.
Okay.
We have your own water treatment plant, but the water treatment plant must be about 5 miles away from where I live.
Yeah.
And we just see trouble for water. Thank God UNC come back into power that we could get water on a regular basis. Otherwise, we used to get water once a week, once in 2 weeks, sometimes once in 3 weeks.
Well,
and every time.
Because you want to live in Point, because that's the same Rasta we had in Point.
I'm telling you, boy.
It seems like the whole country was another Rasta.
And the worst thing, we had a representative here before the 28th of April. Didn't care. Didn't care. And when I took off, people used to tell me I'm making bacchanal, I'm making confusion, and I'm lying and all kind of things. People went so far. When I started to talk about basically how he's operating, they say, yeah, on the chat, how he's lying, he's making bacchanal, he's making mischief. What I put in the grave, he got dead just now. So if I alone going to death, the rest wasn't dead. But what happens? What happens is how one or two people close to Miss Kamala Prasad, etc. When you're saying the right things, they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because I am the chairman of the corporation for Ubatalakita. We used to go and go right to a regular call here and talk to him.
Yeah.
And the person called that man and tell that man how I lied on him and whatever. And when I hear what go on, I'll ask him for some material to fix the road. When you see condition on my road, to fix my road. They tell me say what happened. The truck send them down.
Report.
The one that called.
Report. Look, and let me just give you an update. Anthony put up a piece of information here. When that lease he is talking about is up, and Trinidad and Tobago got back full control of the pitch league. Lovely. I read an article on it. All right, he said you read an article on it some time ago. So apparently,
thank God.
Yeah. So we
thank God, because PNM never wanted me to know what's going on.
Yeah, but everything was a secret.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, but so when the chairman tell me the truck send them down because what happened? Current import was stifling the corporation for money, so they could not inspect the truck and whatever.
Yeah.
They just inspection the truck they want, and the PNM police in the areas and them used to give the UNC corporation pressure. Yeah. So they had to pack up the truck.
Yes.
Because I wanted to get into the picture to advise them how, we could shift back and get the truck running. But he said, no, it's not that. He said it's minor thing.
Right. Report.
Yeah.
Report here this. I really have to go. Somebody come to me here. I really have to go. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, but as I say, at some point the time it's not out when the time is stop. Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends, well, I was just checking something that will come up this hour, right? To make sure that what I believe was happening is happening. Because I can't start 12, but you notice I can start after 12. So no problem, I ask you all to be here with us. Again, we see you guys at 5 o'clock for TC and Heavy. TC is back. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage you when our boy Andy is back. Come on, the ground report will be back up. Remember, you stay in tune in the Douglas politics. We boy Annie Roberts is stay in tune, ladies and gentlemen, to Breaking Dawn. I encourage you to stay connected to Stack Entertainment, stay connected to my boy, Opinion Box. Big up yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, remember your help, your support, your endorsement is needed. At the end of the day, we have to keep the lights on, we must keep the phone line open. And brothers and sisters, we must remember that is each one help on a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And being a good person is not an option, but that is the greatest option. So brothers and sisters, I want to say a happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you, my lovely mother. Oh God, I never even start to call names. Happy Thanksgiving to our American family. Happy Thanksgiving. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends, let me say we go fix that, Anthony. We go fix that. Let me say focus and let's stay blessed. I'm out until we meet again later. Love all you.